Evening everyone. I thought I'd make a video now that Bitcoin has hit the 50 EMA on the weekly time frame. What does it mean? How do I think Bitcoin's going to do after this? And what is my plan going forward for the last part of this bull run? And is it still over? Do I think it's still over? The short answer is no. And I'm going to make the case to why I think there's going to be one last leg coming up, and this is where we are going to be taking profits. So first of all, let's get straight into liquidation data. We know this is a good just barometer of how things are. First of all, look at these last 2 days, guys. $1.16 billion long liquidated. $818 million liquidated on the longs. So 2 massive days of all the longs getting leveraged. You know, this is what happened last time. All the longs got leveraged, liquidated out, and we're still going long. Look, there is $18 billion worth of shorts here. Now, let me explain this for people that haven't seen this before. The people that watch my channel will know this. This is the Bitcoin price. You see it going from 89,000 to 120,000. So this is on the horizontal axis. And on the right axis is the total level of liquidations. And these are represented by this area. See this green area here? You can see it on the axis going from 5 billion, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 to 18 billion of longs. So if price was to run up this way, they would get the 18 billion in, shorts. Now let's look at the longs. Look at that. It's less than 2 billion, 1.5 billion long. All the longs have been liquidated. Look, 1 billion, 800 million. They've all been liquidated. What happened last time was when price pushed off here, off that wick, everyone got too greedy, opened up logs, and when people open up too many one direction, the market will push down and take all that out. So, how are we looking here? We've got an $18 billion short squeeze happening. So, am I worried? No, not the now. When I see there's this many dollars ready to be short squeezed out, I'm never worried. Because the market doesn't let these imbalances, they don't let people away with that. Can you imagine $20 billion of shorts, right? And they're all on 10x, 20x, 50x. They're all shorting, and then price just goes all the way down. We're in a bear market, and these guys make trillions, billions. It doesn't happen. Price comes back up and takes it. So whenever there is a very sharp move down, the first thing I like to do is look at the 30-day, look at liquidations, and then just get a feel for, okay, how many long, how many short. And right now, we've got a factor of about 12 to 1. So instantly, my mind is put at ease when I see this. I'm like, okay, we've got all these shorts that need to be squeezed out. Here's price at 101. It's worked all the way down. It's taken out all the longs from these candles here. When these candles hit, price started moving up. Everyone got excited, opened up longs, and it's flushed down and crushed them again. Brutal game, but that is the game that we play. Essentially, as retail, we are swimming in a sea of sharks, and we're just trying to catch little fish. You know, we're just trying to catch a little fish, but them sharks will come and hunt us when we're trying to catch a little fish. So, you know, this is the game we play. This is why we don't use leverage. This is why we use risk management, and we try to look at the market with clear heads. So first things first, we've looked at liquidations last 2 days, heavy liquidations. We can see here it's come all the way down, and we see all the shorts ready to be squeezed out. And for confirmation, let's look at the liquidation heat map. So as you can see, for anyone who hasn't seen this before, new to the channel, you can see this deep purple colour is 0, and up to the bright yellow is 340 million. So you can see prices come up and it's come all the way down, and it's taken out all the liquidity here. So this market data here showing us liquidity, liquidations, and how much we've got, all is showing this is a huge move, reversal to the up. So looking at this, we're happy. This is the first part of our analysis. We're looking at liquidation data. We're like, it's skewed to move up. Sound. We're happy with that. Now, let's go into the price action. Now, long-term people of the channel, subscribers, will know this chart. I haven't actually shown it in a while because there was no need for it now, but I always bring this chart out when we need it. For this whole bull run, what Bitcoin has done, and it's been very systematic in this approach. Let me show you. So Bitcoin, it breaks out the 50-week moving average. It breaks out, it retests the moving average, it retests 50% of the range, and it hits the support on the RSI. Next step, price moves off. It comes back down. Where does it find the bottom? It comes into the 50%. It comes into the 50 EMA, and it hits the RSI support line. What happens next? Can you guess? Price pushes up. It comes all the way back down. Oh, let me just sort that out for you. This comes all the way back down. It comes into the 50% of the range from top to bottom, 50% retracement. Comes into the 50-week EMA. It comes into the RSI weekly support. And then what happens? Price moves up. And what has happened? Price has come down. It's come into 50% of the range. It's come into the 50-week moving average, and it's come into the RSI support. Now, does this seem repetitive in its nature to you? Right now, it's feeling scary, but if we take the emotions out, we analyze the charts, look. As you can see, look at price here. It's breaking through the 50 EMA. Scary. But what's happened in the last time? It's broke down the 50 EMA and it's wicked back up in the week. We're on the weekly, guys. Each one of these are a candle. What happened last time? It's wicked right through in the same week. It's pushed up. So we've seen this happen twice before. And it's happening again. Now, of course, if it starts closing below this, we've got problems, right? But right now, it's just doing what it always does. And for you to react without this proving itself, then, you know, it's not up to you. This is not financial advice. This is me just proving my case of why I think it's going to continue up. It's not financial advice. Don't listen to me. Don't do what I say. You know, if you've made money and you feel like you need to take some off the table, you need to take it off the table. Take it off the table. Do not worry about that. You know, there's no one goes broke taking profit, that's for sure. So if you feel like this is getting too much, then understandable. But let's just wait for this weekly close and see what happens at least. So we've got the liquidation showing us a reversal coming. We're looking at this chart on the weekly, and it looks to us it's doing like it does every single time. Now, let's have a look. What have we got here? We've got potentially some RSI bullish divergence happening. And how do I know this? So, when price moves up and the RSI moves down, it's a divergence from what's happening. That's going up and that's going down. So if you look at this now, if we use this for example, this is where price is. For Bitcoin to come down to where it is, it's got all this way down here. But the RSI, to make a lower low, while Bitcoin still made a higher high, So higher high, a lower low. That just needs to move down a little touch. It just needs to drop a little bit further, and then the RSI will be a lower low while Bitcoin's got a higher high. And that will give us RSI divergence, so we know there's a bigger move coming up. So that's not far away at all. We can just see a wee flush down here. That will give us the RSI divergence for more confluence. Because right now, there's so much confluence of we're going back up. Excuse me. Now, what other stuff do we have to show that the move is going to be over? Look guys, this huge wick here. Now, anyone who's watched the channel, here, these wicks are always filled. Like 90% of the time. Price will come back and fill it. And now if it hits 50% and it moves up, so say price comes down, it wicks, it fills the 50%, and then it goes up and it's away. Superb. But if price comes down and it doesn't get away, it's going to come back down to the 50%. We know it's going to come down and fill the 100%. That's pretty much what happens. So right now we've got the wick fill happen. It has now filled that wick. So another reversal sign. And we can see all this happening around this area. So not just one, not just the 50 EMA. We've also got, 2 seconds, not just the 50-week EMA. We've also got the RSI support here. We've also got the 50% range there. We've also got the 100% of the wick fill there. Now, what else have we got? Because this is not just it. There's more. The EMA ribbon. Look at it, guys. What happens every single time price comes up, it falls into the EMA ribbon, and just like a trampoline, it throws it out. Falls into the EMA ribbon, throws it out, falls into the EMA ribbon. Again, it's holding as support. It hasn't even gotten down to the last one yet. So, the EMA is still holding. Now, what else do we have? What is this pattern showing here? It's a megaphone pattern. So what happens here is you can take a measured move, price comes up, and it just starts swinging like, and then it eventually breaks out. I don't know, 60-70% of the time. And we can get the measured move for that by taking that here. So if that touches down there, comes back up there, you got your measured move to like 150, 155. So it's currently in a bullish forming pattern. What else do we have, guys? We've got the 100,000 psychological level here. This is also a support that will hold price up, because that is a very strong round number, and these numbers always hold up. It might wick below, but it's the way humans are, human nature. So what else do we have on top of this? We've got the fear and greed at extreme fear. So that is another confluence for reversal. We've got the sentiment right now. How bearish do you feel right now? This is what the market's designed to feel. I feel bearish as well. You see it happening. You're like, okay, I feel bearish. But over the years, I've learned when I feel bearish, that's them just pushing everything on me. Because I can't block myself out from everything for they do. But what I've learned to do is when I do start feeling bearish, it's like, okay, that's them. And I normally give it a couple of weeks, and then it's gone. This is just applying. This is what you call the max pressure that they are applying now. This is when people start selling. They can't handle it anymore. The pressure just builds up and it just have to sell. And that marks like the end of the move. It just forces. It's like squeezing that last bit of orange juice out. It's just, or squeezing a towel that's full of water and you're just rinsing that last bit out. That's what the market's doing right now. It's just squeezing us for the last bit. And once everyone's sold and they've got everyone pushing all their money, selling all their Bitcoin, they're accumulating, and then price moves up. So there's so much going on right now. I can understand why you are worried, because it's meant to psychologically abuse you, basically. It's basically like it's designed to just destroy your mind. If you're not strong-willed or you haven't built up that mental strength in these markets yet, you will get absolutely destroyed in these markets. Because crypto and Bitcoin, it's not like the stock market. The stock market, it's gone down 5%. Whoa, the market in the crypto, and especially like the smaller cap stuff, they will dump hard right now. We can look at the altcoins here, they're dumping down. But this is the way the market is. We've chose to be in this market. We need to be able to withstand this now. And if you don't have that mental strength yet, that will come in time. Don't worry, that will definitely come in time. That is just something that's built up over years. So, of course, you're feeling bearish and you're worried. It's completely understandable. But let's just go through. In fact, before we go through that, I'll finish up with that. Let's just say, when are you going to sell? What is your line in the sand? For me, as it stands right now, this 50 EMA is held all the way up. So if it has a couple of weekly closes, say if it closes this week here and then closes another one, that, and it's closing under the 50%, that's a sign for me to say, okay, maybe the market is done. But until it does that, I'm not selling. I'm still long. I'm still holding on. I still think there's another leg up. I still think this last push up. And it isn't like, it just feels to me that it's like October is the month on average that the bear market finishes up, the bull market finishes, and it just so happens it's done it here and it's pushing down. It's almost like too perfect to be like everyone to be scared of here. It's almost too perfect. But if it closes down too weekly and below the 50%, we need to start thinking about it. But until then, we're still long, we're still strong. And then, so what have we got? Let's go over this one last time, reinforce it into your head. How many points of bullishness we have here? 2 days, 1,800,000,000, almost 2 billion in the last 2 days of longs liquidated, which is usually a reversal sign. We have all the longs liquidated and we've got 18 billion of shorts ready to be squeezed up. The market will never let this happen. Price will go up. We can see here the price has come down and the heat map has taken all the price off. So liquidation data, bullish. We've got the 50 EMA wicking below, but just like it's done every single other week, we'll see how the weekly close is done. It's hit the 50 EMA, which normally acts as support. It hits the 50% of the range, from top to bottom, it retraces into that, and that usually acts as support. We've got the RSI hitting into its support as usual. It's just got a wee drop in RSI to create RSI divergence, which is bullish. That will tell us there is a bigger move coming upwards. It doesn't tell you when. We need price action to verify that. But it's telling us that big move's coming. So if we get that to drop a little bit further, that is another thing going. We've got the megaphone pattern from a push up, consolidation, push up. That's what usually happens. We've got the fear and greed. We're at extreme greed. We've got the sentiment rock bottom, and we've got the psychological level of $100,000. So we've got 3 points for the liquidation level, the liquidation data. We've got the 50 EMA, we've got the RSI at support, we've got the 50% support, we've got the RSI divergence, we've got 100% wick fill, we've got the EMA ribbon, we've got the megaphone, we've got the fear and greed, the sentiments at rock bottom, and we've got the psychological number. I have just listed 14 points of confluence for this move to carry up. Now, if you can find 2 or 3, that is normally a very strong signal. And most people will not go into the depths that I go into. It's just the way I am built. I like to just go into the depths and really just dig in the detail. But I've just given 14 reasons and 14 areas of confluence around this price action here. 14 areas of confluence of why this could be bottom and the move to go up. So guys, like I said, I'll be putting more videos out a bit more frequently as we start coming into the end of this bull run, because I am looking to get myself out at the top, and if it does close out here, I will be posting a video straight away, so subscribe for that. I will know, I'll let you guys know any portfolio changes, if I'm selling any, or you know, if I'm getting out here or I'm getting out here. Subscribe and I will tell you what I am doing. I'll probably put out a video again soon, because this market will be, well, it's either going to be closing or it's going to be finishing high, so we're going to follow that all the way through. Like I said, I've given you 14 reasons why it's going to be moving up, so let's see how things go. Until next time guys, have a good one and I'll speak to you soon.